Mission established.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Respected advisor of Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2021 organization of UITM Kuala Pilah Campus, Dr. Sharifah Sheha binti Syed Aziz Baftim, Professor Madya Dr. Sheikh Ahmad Izzadin bin Sheikh Ahmad Ghazali, Dr. Rashida binti Ibrahim, Puan Nemau binti Muhammad, Dr. Atia binti Haji Musa, and Puan Nurul Atika binti Poniran. The Program Director of Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2.0, Siti Nur Atira binti Shahjudin, panelists of Graduate Employability Cluster, Mr. Muhammad Fadli Shah and Mrs. Rahma Razali, panelists of Quality Education Cluster, Dr. Sahrir Abdul Aziz and Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad Tazli, panelists of Gender Equality, Dr. Amanda Eli and Mr. Arif Haikal. Dear lovely moderators and to all participants, I am Aurora Johnny, final year student of Bachelor in Biology in UITM Kuala Pilah campus, will be your host for today's event. It's an honor to welcome everybody to today's conference, Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2.0. I would like to thank all of you here for lending us your precious time. This year's conference theme is World Flows, Future Lives Ahead. In this conference, there will be 3 insightful topics that will be discussed among our intelligent, talented, and experienced panelists. The objective of this conference is to provide a platform for students and all participants to gain knowledge and information. You may ask questions in the chat box and our panelists will discuss on the questions asked. All audiences are required to scan the QR code displayed on the screen for your participation in today's event. If you are unable to scan the QR code displayed on the screen, there will be a link provided in the description box below. This QR code and link will provide you an e-certificate as proof of your participation. You are only required to fill in the form once throughout the whole program. Now, before we begin, I would like to invite the Deputy Rector of Student Affairs for UITM Negeri Sembilan, Mr. Muhammad Zulhilmi bin Muhammad Yunus, to deliver his speech and inaugurate today's event.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Respected advisor of Debate and Speech Club of UITM Kuala Pilah campus, Dr. Sharifah Sheha Syed Aziz Baftim, respected advisor of Student Representative Council of UITM Kuala Pilah campus, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Sheikh Ahmad Izzadin bin Sheikh Ahmad Ghazali, respected advisor of Microbiology Club UITM Kuala Pilah campus, Dr. Rashidah binti Ibrahim, respected advisor of Food Tech Society UITM Kuala Pilah campus, Puan Naimah binti Muhammad, respected advisor of Textile Society of Applied Science, technologist Dr. Atiyah binti Haji Musa, respected advisor of Diploma in Halal Management Society, Puan Nurul Atikah binti Poniran, our esteemed panelists of the program, dear Program Director of Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2021 of UiTM Kuala Pilah Campus, Ms. Siti Nur Atirah binti Shahjuddin, and dear moderator and participants. I would like to invite everyone to express our deepest gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala as we are able to gather today virtually for the opening ceremony of Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2021. I would like also to thank UiTM Kuala Pilah Campus, particularly the organizing committee, for inviting me to officiate this ceremony. I am very delighted to be a part of the program. For your information, UiTM Kuala Pilah Campus provides a very conducive place of study for students as it is surrounded by greeneries and natures, and students here have the opportunity of breathing in the fresh air and admiring the beautiful scenery. I would like to congratulate to the lecturers and to the students of UiTM Kuala Pilah campus for successfully organizing today's program. I hope this program will run smoothly and achieve the objectives that have been set. Ladies and gentlemen, this program is held to provide a platform in which students from all universities can gain some insights and achieve new knowledge. Today, I see 6 panelists who are ready at their seats to discuss and share their ideas and knowledge of some interesting topics with us. These panelists have great experience in their fields and have come from an amazing background. We should take advantage for this kind of opportunity, particularly provided by this program, especially the students, as this session can give you some input and information that are beneficial for you in the future. There is a saying by Percy Shelley, the more we study, the more we discover our ignorance. Seeking and gaining knowledge is a necessity in our life to guide us in the right way and prevent us from getting astray with false information. Even though in Malaysia we are currently facing a pandemic of COVID-19, we still find a solution to organize an event or a program to deliver knowledge and information to students and the community. Virtually organizing a program is one of the rational solutions which can encourage students to be more creative and innovative in line with technological advancement in the country. This fulfilled the vision of UiTM to make UiTM as a globally renowned university, as a world-leading university in the fields of science, technology, humanities, and entrepreneurship. Encouraging students to master their can develop more professionals. Therefore, we can achieve the mission of UiTM, which is to create and develop an agile, professional, native Bumiputra through advanced curriculum and impactful research. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that all the participants will be able to gain some benefits from this program and apply them in your daily life. The opportunity to be a part of a program like this is rare, and thus do not let it go in vain. Also, the information sharing can be passed on to your family and friends. Let us all share and spread the awareness on the current issues being presented in this program. Before I end my speech today, again, I would like to congratulate UITM Kuala Pilah campus, particularly the organizing committee, for inviting me and officiating this program. On that note, it is my honor to announce the commencement of the Youth Virtual Intellectual Conference 2021, YVIC 2021, with the theme World Flows, Future Live Ahead. Good day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Zulhilmi bin Muhammad Yunus, for the wonderful speech. Now, let us all watch together a montage video that was specially made by our talented Bureau of Multimedia. Let's go.
And if we truly believe that every girl in every corner of the globe is worthy of an education as our own daughters and granddaughters are, then we need to deepen our commitment. We also need to fight even harder to ensure that quality education for every child
That was a really great video, everyone, don't you think? Okay, so before we start with our first session, let us all watch the official promo video for this conference. Sorry, there was a bit of a technical problem. That is a really great official video promo, right? So without further ado, I invite our panelists for graduate employability cluster to the platform. Miss Hanan, I hand this over to you.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good day I wish to all of you. Thank you for making your time to watch this live streaming of a very interesting forum for today. Generally, the perspective on employability are dynamic while educational norms follow the knowledge curriculum, which is likewise dynamic in most circumstances. There is frequently a disparity between discipline-based abilities acquired during higher education and general skills which are increasingly seen as a vital input for employability. Hence, for today, we are going to discuss deeper regarding this topic, which is graduate employability, with me, Hanan, as your moderator for today. Before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. I am very sure that all of you are excited to know them, right? The first panelist we have here is Muhammad Fadlisha Rusli, which is a multimedia and digital marketer expert that has huge experience in developing and managing digital marketing campaigns. Welcome, Mr. Fadlisha. How are you?
I'm great. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. How are you, Hanan?
Waalaikumsalam. I'm great too. Thank you, Mr. Fadlisha. The second panelist we have here is Mrs. Rahmah binti Muhammad Razali, which is an educational consultant that actively shares regarding education direction and the latest details and information about the world of education on the official social media platform Matrix Academy. And if all of you wondering if you have seen her face before, yes, she is one of ML Studio speakers. We are very pleased to have you here, Mrs. Rahmah. How are you?
Hi, I'm very fine. Thank you, Hanan, for the introduction. A very nice introduction.
All of us are so lucky to have them for today because I believe that both of them have a huge knowledge in their career that can be shared towards us. Without further ado, I would jump to the first question for Mr. Fatisha. The first question is quite simple, where we need an explanation of what is meant by graduate employability, generally and specifically because we do need the definition to understand that the overall topic for this morning, right? So I welcome Mr. Fatisha to answer this question.
Baik, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Thank you to the moderator and my sparring partner for this forum dialogue, inshallah. So the definition, yesterday I was thinking, should we refer to dictionary actually? What is the definition of graduate employability? But as a straight forward terms or definition is marketability, which is kebolehpasaran in Malay, of yourself actually. How yourself, being yourself, can be marketable to the industry, especially in working environment actually. So we should, in order to market ourselves, I think we should analyze ourselves, seeing ourselves, do your own SWOT analysis to yourself. Maybe what is your grade right now, and look to your fellow friends, if they have a better grade, what they do. Because normally outstanding people, extraordinary people, they always have something extra in their self. So you need to analyze yourself, do your own SWOT analysis to yourself, look at the grade, maybe, and then the skills, what else that you can add value to yourself, and then please identify what is the other skills that non-related to your studies. This will help you very much in order to step up from others actually. And the next tips that I can give is, please, if you already done your SWOT analysis to yourself, be very genuine to yourself. Don't put yourself in denial. If you are not if you're not good in something, please polish yourself, and then try to counter that, and try to learn, to enhance your skills. I think that's all for me for the first round.
Thank you, Mr. Fazisha, for the enlightenment. I bet that all of our audience for today will get an idea of what is graduate employability is all about and the issues behind this topic. Next question, I would like to ask for our second panel, Mrs. Rahma, with a question: what are the hard skills or soft skills that usually people are seeking or need support with?
Okay, sorry, I'm not muted. Okay, thank you so much for the question. Okay, for the hard skill and soft skill, I love when Mr. Fadlisha mentioned about the marketability. Means that the graduates itself is marketable to the industry. So that's more important than getting a high marks, getting a straight A student. So what the hard skill and soft skill are needed in the industry right now? So based on the LinkedIn research, you can just Google. You can just Google the on demand skills in the world right now. So they separate it on soft skill and hard skill. So let me put it first in soft skill. So the top five, the most demand soft skill needed in the industry is creativity, persuasion, collaboration, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. So as you can see from these five soft skills, they're more on interpersonal skills. So how you want to collaborate with other peoples, how you want to persuade another peoples, how you want to how good are you to collaborate with other peoples so that you are marketable, you are fit in the industry. So that's more important because right now during the pandemic in itself, we have to adapt ourselves whatever happened. So that's the adaptability soft skill that are very very needed right now. Okay, and then the last is emotional intelligence. So how you want to control your emotion, how you want to control your feelings. So that is kind of soft skill that needed in the industry right now. Okay, that's a soft skill that you have to polish yourself, you have to find your strength, you have to find your core of the soft skill. And the hard skill, so what's the difference between soft skill and hard skill? So soft skill is more on your interpersonal skill, like I said before, but in the hard skill itself, what is the technique, what is the skills, what are the tools that you can do, what are the hard skills of the system that you know, what about the apps that you know, what is the some kind of kemahiran in Malay, kemahiran that you really really know. Okay, so based on the LinkedIn, they have listed 10 top top 10 hard skill are needed in industry right now. So I can mention few like blockchain, cloud computing, analytical reasoning, AI, artificial intelligence, and video production. Okay, video production. So if some of you are very good in doing a video or YouTuber things, so it's a good um it's a good info for you. Okay, it's a good skills for you because nowadays every company, every industry needed this kind of skills. So in terms of marketing, in terms of sales, so they need this kind of skills. So the first hard skill that listed in LinkedIn is a blockchain. So if you know, the blockchain is related to cryptocurrency. So nowadays they are evolving in the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the digital currency. So that kind of thing is getting evolved and getting get more attention on it and got more demand on it. So if right now you are a graduate student, if you are bachelor student, so make your time or take your time to explore a lot of things in hard skill or soft skill itself. So you have to complete yourself, you have to prepare yourself so that again you are marketable to the industry. So I think that's all for me.
Thank you, Mrs. Rahma, for the very clear answer to all of us. I hope that our audience for today takes note of every single thing that Mrs. Rahma had shared just now. Just like most demand soft skills such as creativity, interpersonal skills, and emotional intelligence, how do you control yourself, and what can you do for the company? So we move on to the next question, which is related to our current issues. According to the Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia's graduate employability rate fell to 84.4% in 2020, down marginally from 86.2% year on year. From Mr. Fadishah's point of view or opinion, why do you think these issues happen?
First of all, I would like to make a clarification, which is I failed my statistic during in my years in university, so quite hard for me this question, but try my best. On the perspective, on my point of view, I did read in 2019 or 2020, which is not only graduate, but the businesses, SMEs, Syarikat Suruhan Jaya Malaysia, which is SSM, come up with their own statistic also, which is during the pandemic, the first pandemic, PKP1, stated almost 58,000 plus businesses has closed, which is gulung tikar actually, tutup kedai because of the pandemic, the first pandemic. So just imagine this 58,000. If we take average, every company have at least 100 of employee, then we multiply with 58,000, they will have almost 500,000 people in Malaysia don't have we call it a jobless. So this is a very huge number actually. So back to the question itself, first thing, the big issue we are facing is actually the COVID-19. It's the COVID-19. Everyone, the whole industry, the whole world actually quite stunned with this pandemic, and we quite surprised that we don't know how to react. And also this impact goes to the university and also to the student. For your information, I'm actually the president alumni of UniKL MIT. We also facing the same thing because our graduate also facing a hard time to find a job, the right job that they want. But this is what we're facing right now. So how do we encounter this? This is the big question mark. Just now, my friend, my fellow friends, Rahma said that we need a creativity. We need added value skills actually in order for us to survive. So students, please, if you let's say if you in accounting, do not only focus in accounting. You also can jump to, there is a lot of short course, a lot of workshop that you don't have to pay actually. Like Mara, MDEC, Magic, we have a lot of free courses that you can join and you can add a value to yourself. So go and find the opportunity that not only in your scope of study. Just now, Cik Rahma mentioned that 10 job opportunity which is listed in LinkedIn, the skills that you should have. I quite tertarik juga dengan cryptocurrency and now actually me myself also was investing in gold, in trading account, CDS account, and everything. You need this kind of skills in order for you to survive in this current new norm, you know. So I think the biggest issue is how we going to adapt, like just now Cik Rahma said that how we can adapt with this new norm is very important. You cannot rely only uh, on your syllabus or courses only, but you need a various of skills that you can use and utilize when you're in industry actually. And then one thing that I find out when I discuss with team from UniKL uh, is very important actually for the university and the industry have a bridging program, because what I find out is university more focused on the theory part, on the academic part, which is the real situation, the real battle is actually in industry. We have a program actually under government which is called SDN. Will encourage all university to explore this opportunity, which is you can park your student, that they call it apprentice, in industry, and at the same time they can also get the academic side from the university. We did this with University UITM also in Negeri Sembilan. I actually one of the member of Pertubuhan Pereka Grafik Kebangsaan. To help this student which is not been employed or don't have a job yet, they engage with SLDM, which is Skill Dua Latihan Negara, and then bridging between the university and the industry. I think maybe UITM also can explore this as a part of how we can encounter this graduate employability rate falls, you know. So I think that will answer the question, inshallah.
Yeah, I am very clear about Mr. Fadisha's answer just now. The reason why these issues happen because of COVID-19, because many businesses closes and the demand lesser day by day. And that is why you need to add value to yourself by joining classes which offer a lot nowadays. You need to explore everything that benefits you. Before that, if all of you have questions to ask our panel for this morning, please do not hesitate to ask at the YouTube chat live. Also, do not forget to subscribe and like this video. Now, let's move on to the next issue. A politician, Said Abdul Rahman, once said that suggests eliminating the subjective task in university because it is irrelevant with graduate employability once they step out from the university to seek a job. So, what are your comments regarding this issue, Mrs. Rahma?
I thought I have a difficult question, but Rahma have a very difficult question. Good luck for you, Rahma.
They try to trap me right now. Okay. So it's a very controversial. Okay, so it's very controversial issue. I'm not sure if I say this, I will get caught or not. So we speak it as
Just play safe, play safe.
we just play safe about this. Okay, so it just we try to talk in the educational level or in academician part, because what have been said by YB is it there is pro and cons. So everything is have pro and cons. So not 100% is wrong and but not 100% is right. There's pro and cons. So again, from the question about the titas itself, okay, let me get back to the titas itself. So what we know about the course is about the history, about the Islam history, is about the Asian history. So for me, to reflect the TITAS itself to employability rate is not that kind of, it's not matched at all, because there's no kind of employability index that you can measure there. Because TITAS, what kind of company want to hire people about the TITAS, right? But in terms of identity, in terms of self-development of the students, there's a role of the TITAS. Okay, so you cannot measure the employability rate based on the TITAS itself, but as a whole package. So what makes TITAS is good for student? It is because TITAS help the student to develop their identity, to help the student know about their roots, about their history. So that's make it TITAS important. Okay, but I want to shift the question a bit. I want to shift the question a bit. We didn't want to focus on TITAS itself, but what Syed Shadid have pointed is about the employability rate and employability index. Okay, so based on the employability rate, the more important things that we have to look at is the core subject or core program in the student in the university itself. So for example, uh, for graduate student, for example, they're taking engineering. So TITAS or any kind of elective program is only took for 1 semester or 2 semester only. But the rest of the student, the rest of the semester is about the engineering, the basic engineering, the industry, and the kind of courses that related to the course. Okay, so daripada if we look at the TITAS itself, it's a very minor subject compared to the rest of the subject, the rest for 3 to 4 years. So let us focus on that 3 to 4 years subject or program. Okay, so for me, doesn't matter if you want to include the TITAS or Islamic studies or what kind of subject, the kind of elective subject, but what you have to look at is the core subject. For example, like Fadlisha have said, the bridging program, the bridging industry program. So that make it more important. So how IPTA want to compete, how IPTA want to produce students that really needed by the industry. So that makes it more sense compared to what we mentioned about the TITAS. Because nowadays we know that we in the VUCA world where everything is going so fast, everything going so vulnerable, everything is changing right now. So if we stick to the syllabus that have been taught to our brothers, to our fathers and mother 10 years back, it's not that relevant anymore. Okay, so what IPTA or what Ministry of Higher Education needed to do right now is revise the syllabus of the core subject, not the elective. Okay, so that is my point. So hopefully
Rama
it's
is
not very
commenting on the
controversial.
government side.
So I'm touched about the government. So sorry about that. but that is my point of view, because we
Yes,
have
yes,
been an
I got
industry. We know
correct.
what industry needed. We know
Yes,
what kind of the technology that is the
yes,
industry needed. So
agree.
if we say that TITAS that only cost you about 1 semester or 2 semester, it's not that relevant. But
Yeah,
the rest of 3 to 4 years, what the student do? They still learning the same thing, the
yeah.
thick textbook, the same
Mm.
over and over again every year. Okay,
But I got
so
A for my TITAS.
yeah, TITAS really help you in your CGPA,
For
I
your
say.
for CGPA is very helpful.
It's a very helpful, because for the first years we very have a good grade, but up to 2 years, second year, third years is going downward. Okay, so what I want to say right now, just don't focus on the elective part. Just focus on the major part that is really, really needed in the industry. So, like Fadlisha said, do the bridging program, do the connection with the industry, do longer practical session. What kind of thing that you can help the student to really know what industry needed. Okay, so I think hopefully that I'm not touching anything right now.
Rahma look muda after the commenting this question.
Hopefully I'm doesn't really make an issue right now. Okay,
No,
so that's all for me. Thank you.
Hanan, you look
Thank you
nervous,
for very
Hanan.
Good luck for commenting that.
Thank you for a very clear and brief explanation regarding these issues, Mrs. Rahma. What I can conclude is there is pros and cons of these subject data to make students to know about their identity or history so that they would be a high skills employee with excellence manner. Okay.
Yep.
So I bet all of us agree about those points that she told us just now. The next question would be for Mr. Fazisha. If job opportunities offered to this graduate are not parallel with total students in the university, so once they are graduated, they would be unemployed because there is no job available for them. Why does this matter happen, and is there anything that students could do to make sure this thing does not happen to them?
All right. Okay. So, but I saw a comment here, Noatia. Later on, I would like to pick up Noatia comment. Actually, what is the best apps and software? Can we reserve? Can I book that comment for me?
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
let
Fazisha.
let me answer the question. What can we do? Okay, if the job is not parallel with what you study in university. All right. First of all, find your patient. What do you like the most? Because apa ni? Saya ni dah tua sangat ni, umur 40 tahun dah. Jadi along my career, I have been in this industry for about 17 years already. So I find if you do something what you like the most, your passion, then they will be lasting and you takkan berkira-kira sangat dalam giving the best of you. So first of all, find what is your passion. If happen to be that your job is not parallel, please have a good mindset, have a winning mindset, which is Allah akan letak kita pada tempat yang sesuai. Just be patient. It's a process. It's a progress. To see a progress for you, in order for you to reach to another milestone. Just go with it. And actually, you yourself, the biggest enemy in our life is actually yourself. There is not other people. Okay, Rahma didn't come to me and tell you cannot do anything. Hanan didn't go to me. If Hanan said also, I can take charge of myself and bounce back. So you have to take charge of yourself, and then make sure that you can drive yourself towards your goal. Okay. So what I mean is, if you are not in if you in a job scope which is not related at all in your studies, I think it will be fine, because it's a journey that you have to cherish along your life. All right. So what I mean with a take charge, you should put a cut-off date, or a milestone when this will be end. One of the great authors said, begin with end in mind. So yeah, I can, if I'm graduating in accounting, but I have to do clerk work. So maybe I can give a 6 month or 12 months working experience first, then I will shift to my field if I would like to be in my field. All right. Like me myself, I was stranded in my field for about 17 years in multimedia. And then I decided to put add value to myself, which is I shift a bit, learning in digital marketing. so that I can blend and embed, align with this current technology, what is needed in market and everything to keep myself relevant. If you in accounting, then we are talking about cryptocurrency. We are talking about trading, CDS account. We are talking about gold and everything. We didn't learn that in university. I don't think so now we have it or not, but in university I don't think so that they were teaching how to open a crypto wallet. So you have to find this during outside, but during when you study in university. Okay, first find your patient, and then second, add value to yourself. Go to short courses. Again, I will mention, go to the short courses. Like if you like in trading saham, we have Datuk Nazrihan, we have Haji Asri. If you like to in the digital marketing, we have a Sifu Bat, we have Najib Asador, we have a Fadli Shah. Oh, sorry to mention that also. But go and find the knowledge. When you have a knowledge, then you'll be a very powerful person. And always, if you don't mind, please read a lot of a book also. Read a lot of news. Then we will be someone very knowledgeable, and you can talk to any people actually with any topic. And the third thing, learn a new things every day. Today also, maybe is dulu saya pernah duduk dalam dialog forum macam ni, kita kata apalah ni pagi-pagi bangun dah. Tapi if you don't have a winning mindset, then you will see this dialogue, this forum is very boring dialogue. You will gain something from here. But if you see, okay, I can learn forex, I can learn trading, I can learn how to speak in front of people. I still remember my friend, he quotes a very powerful quotes, a simple quotes but very meaningful to me. Dia cakap, belajar satu, buat satu. You see, in our life, we don't have to do a lot of things. Allah tak minta kita untuk berzikir berjuta-juta satu hari. Just if we remember Allah, and we say syukur alhamdulillah. And when we receive something like Rahma and Hanan, I learned something today. So, alhamdulillah, I learned something from Rahma. Alhamdulillah, I learned something from Hanan. Because every day, right? Okay, Allah bagi macam-macam pada kita kan. So learn new things. And the last one, that what you can do is in business, in a real business, your network is your net worth. Just now Rahma said the bridging program that we mentioned just now as a suggestion to university and proposal to university, the network. Go and see more people, because that is your net worth. You never know what I can exchange with Rahma, what I can exchange with Anand, and all the beloved follower in YouTube right now is watching. This is our net worth. They will, because as Seth Godin said that if you can manage, if you can have your own tribe, your own circle, then you will be very, very strong. So do not too worry. Do not too worry if you are not in the industry. If you are working in your industry, in your courses, do not worry. Why? Because you need a winning mindset, which is Allah tidak akan menzalimi siapa pun. You be there for a reason. You just need to find the reason. Then later on, Allah will upgrade yourself. You need to fight with yourself, because the biggest enemy is yourself. My guru, Ustaz Pahrul, said that if Allah is your friend, if God is your friend, who dare to be your enemy? So you need a very good relationship with Allah. All right. Do not so worry. Oh, I'm in engineering, but I have to do tengok site pakai topi putih, tak tahu nak buat apa, duk ikut bosses. No, do not worry. This is a part of your life. Okay? You just enjoy the moment, all right? But you need to plan. You need to plan what next, what next. Because if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, all right? Okay, so do not worry. That's all from me.
Feel like
Wise word.
morning tasbirah,
I'm actually pitching to Rahma so that I can be in ML Studio also. Just joking. But I still booking the question for me just now.
Okay, later on the Q&A session. So, wise words from Mr. Fazlisha just now. All of the advices that he gave would be beneficial towards all of the audience and me myself too. Back to Mrs. Rahmah with the question of how true the statement that achievement in academics will not ensure graduate employability of that students.
Okay, thank you so much, Hanan. I think every question is a hard question.
Rahma always get YB punya soalan.
Siaplah nanti. Okay. Okay, regarding on the question is between academic achievement and then the graduate employability is always a debate between these two kind of results, the achievement and the graduate employability. Okay, actually, when we said that academic achievement, nowadays, frankly speaking, not all the HR is really looking at your results. Okay, frankly speaking. But then it doesn't mean that you didn't have to study at all. Okay, let me clear my word. Okay, the academic achievement itself is the first filter before we looking at the other part of you. Okay, so that's a very minimal requirement. For example, if let's say the company already stated there 3.10 and above, so that's a basic requirement. So what makes you different is the soft skill. So the soft skill and the hard skill is the thing that make you employed. Okay, so it doesn't matter how great your academic achievement, but if you didn't have your soft skill, if you didn't have your hard skill, you still didn't have a chance to be employed. Okay, so both thing is important. You must balance yourself between academic achievement and then the skills, regardless the hard skill or soft skill. Okay, because we don't want student that are book intelligent only hafal only remembering things, only the theory part. But when it comes to the real world, when it comes to the industry, you cannot do anything. So it's such a waste for the excellent student. Okay, so right now what really HR looking at is SKE. You can put it like SKE, skill, knowledge, and attitude. SKA, sorry, SKA, skill, knowledge, and attitude. Because like as skills, so everyone have their own kind of skills. Like Fadlisha have skills on marketing, on designing. Maybe after this, I have to make a guru, okay, with Fadlisha because they have a lot of skills on designing kind of thing. Knowledge, everybody have knowledge. Everybody is straight A student. Everybody have 3.5 and above results for CGPA. But what makes you different is attitude A. So this kind of attitude will be measured during the interview session, or when the employer try to find you in your social media, in your resume, because that makes you difference. Okay, because right now everyone can do a good resume. You can list out all your achievement, all your skills there, but when HR type your name in the social media, the social platform, and then came the apa bawang lah, apa jentera apa tentera bawang, the netizen, all kind of animals came out from your posting. So that's really matter in a company, because that how you portray your attitude. Okay, so regarding on the academic achievement, is still you need to achieve for your academic, okay. It doesn't matter what kind of subject you have to, because it is your tugasan, it is your role to excellent in academic study. But another part of it, your skills, your attitude, your personal skill, so that makes you different, to make you marketable, or to make you employed, okay, in the industry. So for me, try to find a skill that really needed by the company, by the industry. Like I mentioned before, the hard skill and soft skill. For example, now you study on biology, but actually you really love in marketing or sales. So try to find it. Try to find the another part of skills that really um that you really eager to learn, that you really have passion about it. Okay, so back to the question, I think the academic achievement is only a filter, the first layer filter. Then after that, what comes to you, what do you have, will reflect to the graduate employability. Okay, so I find a question. Terus book the question. So the question, okay, I
Can.
find a question from Adib Daniel. How you want to improve the soft skills or self development beside joining the social club in advance? Okay, social club in industry, in university. Okay, for my suggestion, same goes to the question like the the employer need more than 2 years experience. So for my point of view, instead of just study, instead of just sitting in a lecture hall or in a hostel, why don't you try do a part-time job? Okay, part-time job, because not only you got the money, but you have a skill in communication, you have skill in persuasion, like the listed soft skill that needed right now. You have a skill on how you managing a group. For example, let's say that you do a part-time in McD, okay, or do a part-time in KFC. You must work in a team. You must work with a client, with a customer. So that's how you polish your soft skill. That's how you polish your interpersonal skill. That's how you polish your persuasion. Okay, and then how you polish your teamwork during the part-time work. Not only you get the money, but you have a skill, and also you got the experience. So that experience is very powerful, because you can list it out in the resume. If let's say you work more than 3 to 6 months, so you can list the part-time job in the resume itself. So it is very added value for you if you have another part-time job. I'm not saying that everyone should have the part-time job, but then it's a kind of way to help yourself. Okay, so I think that's all, Hanan, from me.
I agree with you, Mrs. Rahma. The statement that if you achieve in academic will not ensure graduate employability is likely true and not. Because you as a student still have to do great and perform in your academics while increasing knowledge in soft skills by joining activities and working part-time. You need also to have SKE for you yourself to be presentable, which is skills, knowledge, and attitude. So this
SKE, SKE. I'm sorry,
SKA,
SKE.
I'm sorry. SKA. So this would be the last question before we enter the Q&A session. So How actually makes the graduates' value increases in order to stand out in front of the interview, Mr. Fadisha?
Stand out in interview. You say stand out. Okay, all right. So my suggestion, if Rahma have her SKE, skills, knowledge, SKA, sorry, skills, knowledge, and attitude, and then I would say, please bring your S to your interview. Bring your S. You know, this is I got from Caprice actually. Caprice said you need your S, attitude, skills, and CJL, your certificate. Certificate will come last, okay? Because it's just it's just a piece of paper, but you need an attitude, which is S. The first one is attitude. With a good akhlak, people will love you. With a good attitude, with good respect to the people will love you. Regardless how good you are in academic, but if you don't have attitude, then there was Islam datang pun mengajar akhlak. So I will suggest also to the university. My proposal is, instead of we teaching titas, then maybe we can teaching about akhlak, adab menuntut ilmu maybe. Yeah, tujuan menuntut ilmu, so that we have a very good attitude. I'm sure student UiTM semua baik-baik belaka lah. InsyaAllah. Ini yang kita bercakap ni tentang student-student yang ada di planet Pluto. Diorang ni memang kena belajar attitude banyak sikit, berakhlak. And then the second one, the S, which is S, is a skills. If we put two people in an island, one is very good in fundamental basic knowledge and in theory, another one is very good in practical and skills, which is both have a knowledge about how to survive in an island, can cook, can survive, I mean anything about the survivor. I think the person that have a skills to masak, kan, dia mungkin insyaAllah will be survive. I mean the technical that you can use your tangan ke apa ke untuk you survive, compared to other person yang just now only have a theory sahaja. We need the combination of both actually, but the theory tu dia boleh cakap sajalah. Nak masak tu you letak nasi, ukop pakai jari, sat lagi ayak sampai kat situ sat lagi, cukup. Dia boleh cakap macam tu lah. Tapi that person that have a skill just now, tak apa aku buat macam ni, so he I think going to survive a bit longer. So that's why we need the skills. And it will come the last one to stand out in interview, of course, is a CJL, which is your certificate in university. Yes, of course, we go to university to get the piece of paper, which is we call it a degree, we call it a diploma, master and PhD. At the end of the day, if you don't have a good skills, don't have a good knowledge, that paper that you wanted so much for the past 3 to 5 years, this is what Syed Sadi Ar-Rahman was talking, then will be meaningless. And you find out that you have been wasted. I mean, in primary school for 6 years, in secondary school will be another 6 years, or it will be 12 years already. Then you put up another 5 years to 6 years. That will be, I think, 18 years, 20 years, just to be in education, I mean, to gain a knowledge. But once you step out from the university, then you find out, oh, okay, I don't have any skills. So how can I get a job? And then that's why you go to, I didn't say that working at McDonald's is a low class job. That's why I said we need a winning mindset. If you ask my daughter, I have a daughter 6 years old. Zaman dulu kita selalu tanya kan, zaman sekolah primary dulu selalu tanya kan, apa cita-cita kan. If you ask my daughter, one of her ambition is untuk jadi pengutip sampah. I have a video in Facebook that I interview her, and what is your ambition? I want to be a pengutip sampah. I said that is very good work job, Ayah Sophia. Great, because just imagine if kita tak ada pengutip sampah, we don't have alam flora. What will happen to us? So if you have a good job pun, don't look down to others. We need each other actually. But again, because this question is how to stand out in interview, please bring your ass. Bring your ass to the interview. If you come to my accredited, if I find out that you come for job seeking in accredited, I will ask you, do you bring your ass or not today? Okay, this is just a joke lah. Alright, I hope I answered the question.
Okay, can I add some more about the interview session? First thing, you must bring your ass, okay? And then another thing that I want to really point it out is, please be yourself and don't over promising. Don't over promise your employer,
Yes.
because nowadays everyone can talk, everyone can say anything during the interview session, but when it comes to works, thank God.
And please don't bring others people works or portfolio. Now
Yes.
they're viral, right? Students are paying other people to finish their FYP and so on.
Yes, correct, exactly. Because nowadays, in term of to get the job, they do anything to secure for a job. But when you secure for a job, you cannot do anything because you didn't have any skills that you are promised during the interview session.
Correct.
So please be yourself. Really say that, oh sorry, I don't know how to do it, but I can learn to do it. Okay, please do that kind of thing.
Hanan, I have a good experience for my first interview. My first job is as a web designer. So my ex-boss interviewed me. He said that the first day I come for interview, he said that, okay, you want to be a web designer, right? Okay, this is the example of the website. If you can replicate this website, but before 4:30 today, then tomorrow you can come for interview. There is no interview. I have to straight away do the task, you know. So that's why I said the skills is very important. Oh, kita punya berpeluh cucuk-cucuk ni. Ingatkan dia nak tanya soalan, rupanya suruh buat pula. So you need the skills. Macam itulah lebih kurang.
Especially for those yang memang dalam bidang skills, so like graphic designing, like web developing, you really have to show yourself. So resume tak tengok pun because I've interviewed few, tak tengok pun because we want
Correct.
your skill.
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay.
Hanan nampak cemas, Hanan.
No.
Panelist overshadow lah, no?
Dah mungkin dia tengah fikir ni, aku ni nak kerja kat mana ni. InsyaAllah.
Beware Hanan, beware Hanan.
So great tips from Mr. Fadlisha and Mrs. Rahmah just now. I believe it will be valuable to most of us. We can apply when we are facing an interview session one day. Just be yourself and bring the ass. Okay. So now we are moving on to the next session of this forum, which is the Q&A session. So I will read all of the questions in the comment section and ask our panel for today. If you want to ask the specific panel, then you may state the question to which panel that you wanted to ask. So I'll start the first question for Mr. Fadlisha, because you booked just now, from Nur Atia. What are the best apps or software for people who are beginners to trading, like gold trading or money trading?
Allahu Akbar. Saya sangat teruja tengok anak muda yang tanya soalan ni macam ni. Yang pertama because dia ada mindset nak menjadi orang kaya lah. We need financial freedom, you know. I will advise, because I start late. Me myself now, I'm 40 already. So you, how old are you, Anan? I believe you're 20, 22,
20
23?
years, 20 years old.
20 years old.
I'm 20
Feel
years
so
Then-
old
then-
right now. I feel so old right now.
Don't feel offended, Rama. But, okay, all right, 20. Then I would say that before 35, then you already have your financial freedom. Okay, let me share with a tip. Atia, very good question. Because we really need this. Because everyone was talking about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and so on. Facebook already go to the metaverse, and so on. Elon Musk also are investing in big project to outer space and everyone. So we are looking at another 15 to 20 years. You know, this is a new norm. Please adapt with a new norm. All right. So go straight to the question. First, you need a fundamental in investing and trading. Go and find a knowledge. Go to class Haji Asri, Datuk Nazri. Only find one guru. Stick with them. Whichever that you think suit with you. Ada setengah orang kita duduk, kita rasa tak boleh. So go a few class, then tengok, then stick with them. Okay, find a good knowledge. If you like to have a trading, KLSE atau Bursa and so on, Haji Asri and Dr. Nazrihan. You can go to Zam Saham also, but there was cost. Zam Saham ada cost dia, you nak kena masuk for the advanced class. Datuk Nazri pun ada juga. Haji Asri pun ada juga, but I'm not going to be biased. You go to all the class because I go all the class. Then you make your own decision. Because just now I say you take charge of yourself. Okay, all right? Not because I'm telling you. Okay, if goal, you have a local product. Like me myself, I'm in quantum metal, which is a virtual gold product. Okay, I would like to tease a bit, Atia. Within 3 months, I'm investing in gold. Last a few weeks before I went to Langkawi, my investment is about 23% from my total investing within less than 2 months. It's a good return actually. So please look into that field. I'm also on the way open my wallet for a cryptocurrency. So if your question is which apps, I think you should go to the first point first, the knowledge itself. Then only go for apps. If for trading, apps of software, I'm using trading, KLSE, Bursa trading, I'm using M Plus Online. But if for crypto, I'm using VeChain Trust Wallet because you need an exchange. Then I'm using a Trust Wallet or VeChain Tor. This is two wallet that I'm using right now. And for gold, I'm using Quantum Metal. We have a Quantum Metal dashboard there. So in terms of apps, there is so many apps, but again, you need to refer to your point number one. You need the knowledge first, then only you go to the practical part, which is on the trading part. My suggestion is, because we are student, and I'm not a student, you are a student. So for good investment, you need money. You need a capital. A small capital will do. So start saving. Start to learn saving. Tolonglah jangan beli iPhone. iPhone ada yang 9,000, ada yang 6,000. Simpan duit 6,000, 20%. Kalau 10%, 6,000 dah berapa tu? 600. 600, 20% dah jadi 1,200. 1,200 less than 2 month. Oi, ni nak ajak buat investing ni. I'm not investing. You just imagine you are still studying but you still can make money. Is it fun or not? It's fun.
Yes.
Rather than you go keluar pergi makan lah apalah, duduk depan PC, trade. So you use your time. You have lots of time. Like kami ni nak jaga anak Allah, nak pergi mengaji madrasah lah, apalah. Sebab dah tua nak mati dah. Rahmah je ada sibuk nak buat politik, itu je. So the software, you can find me at Facebook, Muhammad Fadlisha Rusli. Then if you have anything about investment or trading, I'm not selling any product. I just love to see people make their cash reserve, make their saving, because orang Melayu kita sangat lemah pasal saving. I dapat kesedaran ni at the age of sangat-sangat lewat, 30 lebih baru dapat ilmu ni. Tapi just imagine 20 years old, if you start bagi masa 1-2 tahun, I think you going to make your own saving and your cash reserve. Sila I bulan untuk duit universiti tu banyak pakai duit trade saja. Sorry lah, I ni orang utara, dah keluar bahasa utara.
Tak apa.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, so good answer from Mr. Fadlisha. So with all the tips, we are on the way to make money and be rich. Just kidding.
Yes.
So we are moving
Rasa
on
nak
to
jual
the
trading lah macam ni.
Alhamdulillah.
So we're moving on to the second question from Amira Ziha. Madam or sir, what do you think about the requirement for job seekers? Most of company, they want a person who have a job experience at least 2 years or more than that. So I give to Mrs. Rahmah first, and then we
Okay,
want to
thank you so
hear
much.
from Mrs. Fatisha. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Hanan. Actually, I have touched a little bit previously about this question. There already there's company already stated that 2 years of job experience. Like I mentioned before, if you do a part-time job or you do some sort of part-time working, you can input in your resume with a condition you work there more than 3 to 6 months. So if let's say in the second year of your study or in your third year of study, you do part-time in MACD or KFC, whatnot, so you can include in the resume if you stay in that company more than 6 months. So that make you have a little bit of experience. So you didn't came out as a fresh graduate, as a fresh without any working experience. So you can conclude that. And also one thing is practical, industrial practical, latihan industry. Okay, so the latihan industry itself you can include in the resume. Because most of the university have 6 months of practical internship. Okay, so that kind of experience also you can include in the resume. So basically, frankly speaking, when company just put 2 years of your working experience there, it just kind of some sort like sekadar letak because they want to measure you. But if you can portray yourself with a lot of skills, a lot of good soft and hard skill, it doesn't matter about the years of experience itself. Okay, so it's just that in term of in the resume, so nak nampak cantik resume tu, you just can include the practical internship and also the part-time if you have the part-time job. Okay, so I think that's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Rahma. Perhaps we want to hear answer from Mr. Fadlisha.
Okay, right. So I think there's not a big problem if you don't have a job experience, because why I said so, because people want to see a result. If you can produce a result, then the experience is nothing. So if they are require experience, so during your study you have a 5 years, 3 years, you can develop your resume from there also. You can do freelancing, so you can show that result in your resume during your studies, you know. So I think There is no problem at all if they require job experience. So I did try apply, which is dulu kerja pernah apply. Kalau dia tulis dalam job street indeed which is require 2 years minimum experience, I just apply. Happen to be they will call us,
Yes,
and
exactly.
then you will show your resume, you know. So and then that is how you challenge yourself. I love to challenge myself.
Don't worry so much about the numbers of years that stated there. It's just that their requirements. So you just try your luck. Just try your luck.
Betul. But janganlah pi apply jawatan CEO 10 tahun punya
Datang
experience tu.
manager pula kan. Datang fresh graduate minta manager. Memang nak kena lah.
All right, we moving on to the next question. From Aurora. To any of the panelists, I have a question. If I work for myself, for example, dropshipping or freelancing, can I put that in my resume as well? So, any panelists who want to
Okay.
answer?
Aurora, it's a very good question, because we going to me myself as an employer going to value this. We're going to analyze this. Okay, what you can put in your resume first, if that job that you apply is there is something relevant that you can put in as like this one is drop shipping or freelancing. If you are going to mention and the job that you're applying is a sales position, then there will be value. Okay, they don't want to know about what drop shipping or product that you do, but what is the result. Let's say if you put I do a freelancing as a graphic designer for 2 or 3 corporate client, which is Cellcom, Digi, that will be impressed.
Yes.
If you said that I do actually drop shipping, I have 1,000 agent downline and produce at least 300 to 400 ringgit a month, then they will be impressed. But if
Yes.
you say that I'm just a drop shipper to Mama Sebi, a chocolate cake, but I just started, then there is no value. And it's not to look down on you, but there is no value. I cannot value you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know that you have an effort, but it's not a result, because when we go to the industry, it's always about result oriented. We want to see a result, and Allah already stated in Al-Quran, people manusia ni dia go nak tengok result, dia nak pembuktian. Sebab dia tanya dengan Allah, orang yang berjalan di akhirat ni dengan orang kata, Allah kata boleh jalan dengan muka dia kata dia tak percaya. Allah kata Allah boleh buat. So, dia kata dalam surah ada memang boleh jalan. Dia jalan dengan muka dia. So memang manusia ni dia nak pembuktian. So when you go to industry, you have to prove that you can do. But you stated lah benda tu. Tapi lebih awesome lagi kalau dia kata, oh, is it this is your result? You are handling 3 to 400,000 sales a month. Oh, cik tak percaya ke? Bagi dia bank statement. Tengok ni 300,000 masuk dalam akaun saya. That is how you prove lah. Lepas ni bawa pergi interview, tak payah bawa portfolio, bawa aja bank statement bagi dia tengok. Tapi hati-hati, nanti LCDN pula datang pula ni.
I really agree with Mr. Fadisha. If let's say your drop shipping or your freelancing is not really related to the job that you want to apply, but you still can put in a resume because that's the value of you. Means that you didn't waste your time during the study. You didn't waste your time to do anything that not good. So one of it, doing free shipping and drop shipping, freelancing and drop shipping, means that you fully utilize yourself, you fully utilize your time. So that's a very good point. That's a very good attitude. So just put it in your resume, but put it in a proper way lah. So ada nama company, ada time dari tempoh masa ke berapa, so some sort like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fadisha and Mrs. Rahma. For the next question, we have Zainab. How we are going to start business if we are not good at marketing but are good at making products? So what is your answer for Mrs. Rahma?
What kind of product that you make it?
Zainab.
Okay, for my point of view, the first thing first, regarding on the business, the key point is the marketing. Whatever product that you have, but if you're lacking in the marketing, it's such a waste. If you have a really really good product pun, but your marketing tak ada, orang tak tahu you, orang tak kenal produk you, it doesn't really portray in the sales. Okay, so that's why marketing and sales is very important in a business. Okay, so for my suggestion, instead of doing a product, you can join with another team or another business to learn about the marketing. So kerja je dengan orang lain dulu. Okay, work with another business, work with another person yang ada buat business juga, learn from them about the marketing. Okay, when you very firm about your marketing skills or your sales soft skills, sale how you want to do the business, how you want to do marketing, then only you do your own product. Okay, so that's my point of view. Maybe Mr. Fadisha want to add something.
Right. Actually, if we are not good at marketing but good in making product, Zainab, uh, product is a part of marketing. If you learn the marketing mix, the 4P, there is product, price, place, and promotion. So you were considered as a very good in marketing if you good in product. But like Rahma said, go to classes, go to workshop, especially my workshop. There is a lot of class. For the free one, I'm the speaker for Mara. We have a lot of free classes in Mara. If outside, we have Najib As-Sadok, we have Fazli Ghazali, we have Sifu Jamal. Go and learn about marketing, because yes, marketing is a part of buat duit. Dalam bisnes dia ada dua part, which is buat duit and uruskan duit, which is on the operation, financial and everything. So start belajar untuk buat duit versus the core is marketing, then the next is a sales. Pergi belajar. Rahma suggest that you work with people. I would suggest work with a small company, because a small company, they are struggling to survive. So you akan berlega buat banyak benda. Kalau big company, they already have the SOP, so you don't have opportunity to tap in. Kalau rasa susah main kerja dengan akar digital tapi tak ada gaji lah. Tapi you boleh belajar 17
Ini pun okay.
17. I have a 17 years experience to groom you. But again, go to Mara, go to MDEC, HRDF. There are a lot of classes that you can do. Dan please, belajar ambil produk orang. Macam contoh, Hasnuri, Mama Sab, Bogas Beauty, all the big brand, top gun punya nama ni, because they have their own internal classes. Dia orang pun bawa juga a good speaker, trainer to train their agent. So from there you learn, see how people do. To shorten your learning curve, you just need to copy, duplicate, be a copycat, Xerox people achievement yang orang-orang dah buat, bukan Xerox dalam exam. Sorok toyol dekat dalam tandas lah. Itu semua untuk study, okay lah. Tapi in the real business, in the real industry, you need to replicate all these Top Gun punya achievement. Alright, hopefully that is something that you can ponder of.
Yeah, I really love when Mr. Fadisha said, if you want to learn a lot, work in a small company. It's really, really true, because when I have experience working with both kind of company, a small scale company and a large scale company. When you work with large scale company, you only learn a bit part of it, only a small part of it, and nak naik itu memang susah lah because very small part. But when you working with a small company, small scale company, you learn from A to Z. from operation to managing to the
Yes.
system, a lot of things. Okay,
Correct.
so for students right now watching, set your target.
Yes.
What kind of job that you want to secure? Okay, so if you want to learn a lot and build your own business, then work with small company. Tapi kalau rasa nak kerja 8 to 5 without worry anything, yang memang bulan-bulan dapat gaji macam biasa, then pergilah company besar. Okay, so it depends on your achieve
Preference. Yeah.
your goal. Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Great tips from both of our panel, and hope it answers Zainab's question. So next question is from Adib Daniel. What is your opinion on years of experience are subjective? For example, some institutions still thought that 3 years experience are equal to 3 years of project wisdom.
Oh.
So
Ni
for Mr.
ni
Fazlishan.
just, I think this is a thought from Adib. I don't think so is a question. Because dia kata number years of experience is very subjective. Institution for 3 years equal to, betul. Adib is correct. So it's a very subjective. So maybe we can move to another question.
Okay. Alright, we move to another question from Shadatul Ramli. Can you give some example for freelancing work that is good?
Wow. Saya ni daripada zaman saya kerja dan belajar, orang selalu kata, guru saya selalu kata saya ni orang dunia. Saya ni orang but actually
Macam di sana.
you have to work smart actually. Actually saya tak banyak duit tapi saya tahu macam mana nak buat duit. So that kita if you mentality makan gaji, sorry to say, if you mentality makan gaji, you akan stuck kalau you tak kerja dengan orang.
Betul?
Okay. So what is the example for freelancing? I give an example. In my industry as a graphic designer, you kata tak ada orang nak buat grafik. Tapi you have another opportunity which is you can go to Canva, you can sell your artwork there. And that one will be global, worldwide will purchase you. And plus some more, we are very competitive. Let's say macam contoh you pergi ke Canva, you pergi ke Shutterstock untuk you jual gambar atau picture. Lepas tu you boleh pergi ke freelancing punya website, okay, to sell. Compare graphic designer in US, which is diorang punya duit in USD compared to our currency, we a lot cheaper. Compared to Indonesia lagi they cheaper. So when you sell, then you tu nampak macam tak mahal. Kalau macam contoh kan $30 di US, if they are offering $30 for a poster A4, then maybe you can offer $15. $30 orang US akan dapat $30, but kita let's say $10 times with 4, we already getting 40 ringgit. So it's a lot of money for us. And we are already nak sama dah dengan orang US. That's why tu. Sebab tu kita sekarang ni kita punya, sebab tu tadi saya cakap our net worth, networking, our network is a net worth. So actually you duduk dengan siapa? Who is your circle? Kata Imam Ghazali, if you nak duduk dengan orang yang penempur besi, you akan dapat bau penempur besi atau kutip sampah lah. But if you duduk dengan orang yang buat minyak wangi, you akan sentiasa bau wangi. So kalau you duduk dengan orang yang hebat-hebat, at the age of, I baru kenal dengan seorang budak umur 20, duduk dengan all the top gun because he at the 22, he's already AIA insurance agent. But he mingle with CEO company, you know, go and play golf and everything. Hey, that is quite surprising because I've seen myself 22 years old dulu, saya buat main futsal saja. Nothing wrong with a futsal. But again, the network is in net worth. So you need to identify with whom you want to do because that one will grow yourself. Alright? So freelancing boleh tengok dekat mana-mana pun. Kalau you dalam bidang accounting, you ada lagi job-job yang you boleh buat freelancing juga. So you kena tengoklah Syahdatul, you in which industry atau which courses. Kalau tak sure, nanti you boleh DM me dalam Facebook, then I will show you the way.
Ada job nak bagi ya.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fazlisha. We move on to the next question. From Nur Atia once again. What are your thoughts on people who do Twitch streaming or game streams as a side job? Can that be added to their resume? Like if they want to get a job as a game developer or etc. So for Mrs. Rahma, please answer this question.
So for this kind of question, okay, what kind of game that you want to play is also reflect to the resume itself, because you must know the difference between a gamers and game developer. Not all the game developer is a gamers, because they're developing a game. Yes, they must know the industry, they must know the system, they must know the back end. But the game developer itself, the core skill that they must have is a back end, the system, the apps, the data that they have to do before developing a game. So instead of putting game stream or playing a game in a resume, why don't you explore on the apps that you're using to develop a game? So that much related to the job itself. Okay, because this a lot of free apps that you can use to make a game. Like I came across a few. So you can just Google the apps that can be used to create a game. So instead of wasting your time, I'm not saying that the gaming is just wasting your time. Maybe it's some sort of hobby, but to put in a resume, put something that more valuable. Okay, so put the apps that you know, put the system that you know, put the skills that you know, like C++ language, for example, like game developing apps, game developing skills, so that makes your resume is more valuable. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Rahma. So for Atat, hope it answer the question.
Try to
So
explore more about the game developing.
So next question from Huda Agus. As an interviewer, what are some of the red flags that hinder or discourage you from hiring a person? So maybe we want to hear from both panels for this question. So Mr. Fazlisha first.
Okay, I go first. Okay, alright. Discourage, yeah. I would say that poyo. Don't be poyo. So it is very straightforward lah. Poyo ni adalah attitude just now. Because attitude is very important, akhlak is very important. How you talk to people, how you mingle around with people. With good attitude, I think insyaAllah you boleh pergi jauh lah. That is the most important thing. That is what I look forward if I'm hiring someone, because I'm in the middle of hiring graphic designer in my team, video editor. If anyone yang tengah tengok ni nak cari kerja, boleh kerja dengan Akar Digital juga. Cari a few position actually. So I think in terms of skills, I have a 17 years experience that I can share with my team. But the most important thing that I look forward for attitude, because I believe the skill we can polish, because that is my duty to polish up you all. I mean, you need a good foundation lah dalam skills tu. Just nak polish je lah. Janganlah berkarat sangat sampai saya nak kena polish pun nak kena tonyoh teruk-teruk sangat kan. Tapi just a light one will be okay insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. So for Mrs. Rahma, what is your answer?
So for the red flag for me, we came across previously when we interview person, It's not that during the interview session itself, but before that. Bila kita call, panggil for interview, when we email, we call for the interview, that's starting, we have the first impression towards you. Okay, so kalau dalam email pun you cannot put a proper words, kalau dalam telefon pun you cannot tak angkat-angkat. Okay, we call you to set a meeting, to set the interview session, but then call 3-4 kali tak angkat, and then bila angkat pula bunyi baru bangun tidur. So that kind of thing is very red flag for me. Okay, so not only during the interview session itself, but before, how you really are. Okay, macam Mr. Fadisha said about the attitude, because the attitude is not something that you can fake it, because it's you. Okay, it's you. That's why I said that be yourself. Okay, tapi janganlah be yourself tu mentang-mentang yang bangun lambat, dia buat bangun lambat juga during interview session tu. Memang nak kena lah. Okay, so first, like I said, in the attitude itself, because we can polish you, like Mr. Fadisha said, we can polish you, we can learn, we can teach you, but again, your attitude, we cannot teach it. Your attitude, kalau sebijak mana pun you, but you have your ego, you have your bad attitude, you cannot accept what people say about you, no point. Okay, no point. Walaupun you are a great student, a straight A student, walaupun you have a lot of skills, but then when it comes to attitude, you are lacking. So sorry for me. Okay, there's no chances for you. Okay, unless you get betulkan your attitude, then only maybe you have a chances. Okay.
Thank you for both panel. So we do agree, if you lack of attitude, then it is a very red flag. So
Yes.
yeah, we moving on to the next question. The second last question, I think. From Kimberly Lim. Hello, dear panelists. What is the biggest challenge working as a beginner and in SMEs? And by what means for greater efficiency or effectiveness? So for Mr. Fadlisha, I think this question.
Okay. Biggest challenge as a beginner in SMEs. I think the perspective when we enter the industry, right? So as a freshie, people will tend to look, oh siapa ni kan? Aku ni dah kerja lama dah. Baru nak masuk aku belasah macam tu lebih kurang. So the challenge itself, but again, the winning mindset, put yourself a winning mindset, understand your scope of work, understand your strength, when you can contribute the most, and then understand what is your weakness and how do you counter that. All right, don't think a lot about what people think about us, because sometimes yang buat kita jatuh tu because kita terlalu fikir pasal orang sangat. Alright, just remember just now I already said, if God is your friend, who dare to be your enemy? That is very powerful quotes. Alright, if you done a very good job in your office, you deliver, you execute your task, then I think there is nothing to worry. Alright, and then one more thing, I also would like to respond Zainab punya ni juga, how do we prepare, sebab sama dengan Kimberly punya soalan juga. Like I said just now, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Alright, actually in anything that you do, the preparation is the most important thing. In my training, I would say 80% or to 90% is all about preparation. The execution will take only 20% to 10%. Why I said so? Tengok mak kita nak masak. Katalah nak masak mi lah petang ni kan. Which part that would take the most effort? Nak potong sayur, nak prepare the mi, everything. Masak tu sekejap je. 5 minit, 10 minit masak siap. Saya pandai masak tau. Same goes to you. in university, right? Belajar satu semester tu dengan nak ambil exam. Exam apa? 2 jam je maksimum. Paling maksimum lah 3 jam saja. Itu penentu sama ada you strike atau you tak strike. So the preparation itself, if you prepare yourself sangat-sangat bagus, then you don't have to worry on the execution. You will strike the execution. So prepare yourself, especially in an interview, go in front of mirror. Okay, like this dialogue also. We also prep ourselves. I believe Rahma also prep herself to so everyone nak tunjuk.
We're preparing our notes, okay? We're preparing our
Okay.
notes.
So don't look as depa dah power dah ada lots of experience dah boleh bercakap dengan orang. No, because ilmu, you have to bertanggungjawab dengan ilmu you. So we need to do a research and not simply come into a public. Now you also just now I'm asking to the organizer, are you streaming this to yes, you are streaming to YouTube. Then we have to be careful. If people in South Africa watching us, then we give a very wrong fact. Oh, masuk lagi. Dia kata ni, Syed Shah ni kata ni, kalau nak trading ni guna ini account. Oh, masalah lagi. So you have to be responsible to yourself. Alright? So Islam teach us to have a very good deeds, very good value, core value in our life. Alright? So I would say that the biggest challenge is you prep yourself. InsyaAllah.
All right. So next question, which is Mr. Fazisha just answered just now from Zainab.
Dia tak tahu tu.
Admin, please pin the Zainab comment.
Amy tengah makan nasi lemak kot.
I
so
would
when,
say a little
Mrs.
bit on
Rahmah
the SME. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
With the interview, especially for those who just finished their study.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you Zainab for the question. Okay, how to prepare yourself during the interview session? Okay, like Mr. Fadisha said, the preparation itself before entering the interview session. So you must know about the company. You must know what kind of job that you try to apply. Okay, what are their core business? Because some of the interviewee that we have interviewed, they even don't know what is our company. Okay, so it's a very red flag. So before you say yes to the interview session, you must search, you must do a study for the company. Okay, for the company, what kind of job that you apply, what kind of position that you apply, so that makes you well prepared about the interview session itself. Okay, so for those yang just finish your study, do the preparation, and then again prepare yourself with the skills, with the good communication skills, because interview itself dia tak beza pun dengan bersembang. It's just two-way communication.
Yes.
Just sembang lah. Dia tak ada very formal yang have greetings and all sorts of that, because we want to know you. We want to know about you. So what you portray yourself during the interview session, that is our first impression. Okay, so first thing first, do a preparation, study more about the job itself that you apply, and then be yourself. Okay, don't over promising, don't over jangan terlampau membangga diri pun tak boleh juga. Okay,
Jangan jadi poyo.
yes, poyo. Even though you have source of achievement, walaupun anda ni wakil negara pergi mana-mana ke, but don't be poyo. don't over, yes,
Betul.
jangan over nak hype up you yourself tu. Jangan, don't do it too much. Just show them the result, just show them what you have. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Be
I
humble.
think, be humble, and then make sure you really can deliver the job.
InsyaAllah.
Bukan sekadar nak interview untuk secure for nak dapat kerja je semata-mata, but what you really can contribute back to the company. Yep.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Rahma. And then we are going to the last question, maybe from Nusa. What about resume? Yeah, some company use machine to eliminate applicants. How can we know if our resume is credible?
Yes, this is so true because HR only have few seconds to go through to your resume. I mean, frankly speaking, because previously in my previous company, we handle the interview session. We have a lot of candidates, so we only spend for one resume is about 5 to 6 seconds to go through. Then after that, kalau catching our eyes, then only kita akan ketepikan untuk look it for the second time or third time untuk kita filter lagi. Okay, so that's why your resume must very compressed. Dia bukan compressed macam mana, dia um, simple but everything is on the piece of paper. Jangan buat sampai 5-6 muka surat. 5 to 6 pages yang memang tak ada masa pun the HR to look it. Okay, just make 1 or 2 pages and very tersusun. You have the contact details, you have the education background, the leadership, the activity involvement. So that kind of point that you must put in the resume. So don't do karangan lah kat situ. Jangan buat panjang-panjang. Don't goreng too much in your resume. Just put the core value, the key point that you want to highlight in the resume. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Rahma. Maybe I want to hear answer from Mr. Fadlisha for the last question.
Yeah, and there is a few question juga kat bawah ni dah jadi macam mana nak attend interview.
Interview session.
Hanan, I would suggest to the organizer to invite us for the physical conference atau dialogue pula how to
InsyaAllah,
enter
maybe one day.
interview. But I will conclude all this from the Nusa, Syadatul, Aurora juga and Huda. Alright. Because macam contoh kan, why should I hire you and know what is your expected salary, everything. This is a favorite question, you know.
Betul.
Untuk ada dalam interview. Okay, how I'm going to answer this. Actually kita nak tengok candidate yang in a strong character. Like my company, we are a small company, we looking for Avengers. First thing first, we look at the attitude. Macam mana, kalau you bagus macam mana pun, if you be humble, people will love you. Be a lovable person that oh okay, budak ni baiknya, kita rasa macam tu lah. So for the expected salary ni, like as I mentioned before, my first question just now, my first response just now, please analyze yourself. Do a SWOT analysis. Kita towards the end year kan? Please analyze yourself. What is your strength? What is your weakness? What is your opportunity? What is your threat? Just now Rahman mention kalau saya punya resume, saya hanya ada satu piece resume sahaja. So if I have a lots of achievement, I will select at least the best two to put in my resume. I'm not going to list out the 10. So what is the most outstanding, yang which is eye-catching? So I will mention to you, if I mention to you, in my portfolio, at the age of 20 plus, I lead a project to Saudi. Is it impress you? It will be impressed. How do you lead a project at the age of 20? Then people will start questioning you. So please find the key, apa saja yang will trigger people to make a lot of curiosity on you. Okay, so as an expected salary, please analyze yourself. Sometimes there is a macam ya ke tidak tu pun ada juga, sebab okay, let's say if I analyze myself, actually I tak patut pun dapat gaji 2,000, tapi you nak gaji 2,000 kan? So be honest to yourself. Alright, but you know that you have a right untuk you nak dapat gaji tu because you ada commitment you. Alright, let's say if you go to interview, the interviewer will say that what is your expectation, and they will respond 2,000 ringgit. But based on the value analysis and value, I said no, I think I can offer only 1,500. Then you have a right to say yes or no, not because of you are desperate. Then you say 1,500 ringgit, then you will accept, then you're not going to last. Please, I would suggest to all of you, go to my Facebook. I just post yesterday about ada seorang budak saya interview yang dia memang accept because dia terdesak nak kerja. That's why I said just now, it's just matter of time. This is just a part of your journey in your life. I would like to relate. Kenapa kita jangan desperate sangat. Yesterday, gold jatuh. Gold jatuh, when dia drop, kita kena beli. So I kata okay, tak apalah, I beli time tu. I beli time tu, tengok kejap lagi dia jatuh lagi. That you tak patient, you tak boleh nunggu. You faham tak? So dalam life ni kadang-kadang kita tak boleh nak gelabah sangat. You don't go rush at people. People buat benda tu, you pun nak buat macam tadi ada soalan kan. If you are streamer, you are Twitch, buat. Sebab semua orang monetize dekat Facebook, you pun nak buat jadi gamer juga. Tapi you tak bagus pun main game. Ada setengah orang dia streaming tapi tak bagus main game pun. Orang duk seronok tengok dia, kenapa? Sebab seronok tengok dia asyik kalah main game. Kan? Kalau saya dengan anak saya selalu pakai sound effect. So but people will love to see something yang benar-benar kelakar lah. But please find your uniqueness in yourself lah. Macam tu. I think benda yang interview ni, sebab kita tak boleh expect. My favorite question yang akar digital, out of sudden, I will ask you, what is your 3 weakness? So dia macam, oh okay, I didn't expect this question. Kan? So kadang-kadang I lagi shock kalau orang tak prepare kan. Soalan tu tiba-tiba dan orang tak prepare. So I akan mengusik kata, oh maknanya you tak ada weakness langsung. Kan? I ask Hanan right now, what is your 3 weakness, Hanan? We didn't prepare, right? So how do I respond at that particular time? Dengan kita nervousnya, dengan kita tak kenal orangnya kan. So sometimes we need to prepare ourselves with the kind of patient lah. InsyaAllah. Anan, I encourage organizer to arrange another session for this job interviewer.
Sure.
You ITM boleh lantik kita orang ni jadi consultant.
Because actually dalam Matrix Academy pun semalam we just shared with student from MRSM. Memang we do a program with student MRSM about the interview preparation and the resume writing. So that kind of our niche, so maybe but I want to comment a bit about Huda punya question last lah ke bawah tu, about between person with a confident with their skill and overconfident. Okay, macam Mr. Fadisha said, when it comes to skill, the only thing that you can measure is test them. Kalau dia kata dia boleh buat web developing, so give them a task to do a web developer, to develop a web, ataupun waktu tu dia list they can do some sort of graphic designing, so test them how to do the graphic designing. So when it comes to skills, the only thing is just test them. Okay, so waktu tu kita boleh nampak whether you overconfident or you just confident about your skills. Sebab nak mention, everyone can mention I can do this, I really good at Adobe Photoshop, I really good at this kind of software. Tapi bila kita bagi, you cannot deliver at all. So make sure before you say anything, make sure you know what is your level. That's why dalam resume kita punya skill tu, your skills, I really saya minta you guys put yourself whether you in advanced, intermediate or basic. Bukan that bullet form yang biasanya dalam template yang bullet 3/5, 3/5, 2/5. That's kind of because we can't measure you.
Ana
What's the
macam buat je
difference?
kan.
What's the difference between 2 points and 3 points? What the difference between 4 points and 5 points? So
Yeah.
instead of do the bullet thing yang very I saw to me, so you
Yeah.
just put whether you advance, you intermediate or you're basic. Kalau kita baru nak belajar that apps, just put yourself basic. So we know you just
Yeah.
basic. So we didn't expect you to give more. Tapi kalau you letak kat situ you are advanced, then we really know that you can do this kind of job. For example. Okay?
InsyaAllah.
So nak tulis resume pun you must have a skill. Okay.
All right, all
Okay, that's
right.
all.
Thank you, Mr. Rahma and Mr. Fadlisha for the great tips. So, well, the clock is ticking right now and we do not have much time. I am sorry for the question that unanswered. Yeah. So to wrap this out, innovative teaching, learning and evaluation approaches engage students in the educational process while also assisting us in developing characteristics that make them appealing to potential employers. Students' attention is more likely to be sustained if they can perceive the relevance of their education to the future employment and lives once they graduated. Students will make an effort to participate in all aspects of the student's experience, which are academic, co-curricular, extracurricular, and work experience, benefit from a well-rounded education, contribute fully to the life of the university and community, and perhaps have fun in the process. With that, I would like to say thank you to both panels to lend their time to discuss an interesting topic, which is graduate employability. Until we see you again for the next forum, maybe. And for
InsyaAllah.
all audiences, do
InsyaAllah,
not
insyaAllah.
forget to stay tuned and watch the next forum entitled Quality Education with Amira Afifah for the second slot. I apologize for any shortcomings or flaws that occurred during this forum. With that, I, Hanan Hamimi binti Hasmadi, signing off as moderator for the first slot. Until we meet again, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Connection established.